Today I'm going to show you 3 ways you can start your dreadlocks. These 3 ways of starting locks is specific for each hair type and also for each method you would want to choose. So I'm going to show you 3 ways, each method associated with each of those waves, and then also the hair types that are associated with those methods. For example, if you have a 2A hair type, I'm going to give you the exact method you could choose in order to get dreadlocks the easiest way possible. The first way you can start your dreadlocks is the traditional route. I call this traditional because this is the method that the majority has used in order to get their locks. And this is by starting out by using gel. And there are actually 3 main ways you can start your dreadlocks with gel. And that would be simply twisting with gel. And I would say that this is the top and most used method in order to get dreadlocks. With this process, with this hair type, it's gonna take a while for it to lock up. So this isn't a one and done method. If someone wants to do their dreadlocks with the method that I'm doing right now, it's not instant. This method will get you dreadlocks how Lil Wayne's dreadlocks used to look, King Von, Chief Keef. Over time, that's how the dreadlocks will look. And I call it the traditional route. It's just twisting with gel. It takes time, but it does work. Now with it being the top and most used method, it's not that it's the best method in order to get locks. It's just the most commonly known method in order to get locks. Because if you can remember back to the first time you even thought about dreadlocks, you thought that you had to twist them in order to get them. And that's simply not the case. This is just one of the many methods you can use in order to get your locks. Although twisting with gel is very simple, it does take a longer period of time in order for the hair to lock up. This method requires you to create sections and then twist those sections with using gel. And from the moment you start until your hair is fully locked up, you have to maintain your hair periodically in order to maintain those sections. And in order to maintain those locks, you just simply do what you did to start out. You use a little bit of gel and apply it to each lock and twist them. And in order to hold them into that position, you can either use duck clips or put them into a hairstyle, which leads me on to the next method, and that is doing 2-strand twist. 2-strand twist is another popular way of starting out locks, and it's just about the same as doing just the regular twisting with gel method, but instead of twisting with gel and then allowing it to hold by using duck clips, you would twist all your dreadlocks either clockwise or counterclockwise, and then when it comes to doing the 2-strand twist method, you would do it in the opposite direction. One thing I'm really hoping to accomplish is just to get a more tighter look, and I think that's what the 2-strand twist is really going to do. Not only that, but it's going to help assist with the actual locking process. It'd be really cool if I could achieve that look right there with them being really tight. Doing the 2-strand twist in the opposite direction in which you are twisting your locks allows them to actually hold in the 2-strand twist. Now there's 2 ways of actually allowing the 2-strand twist to lock up. You can either keep it in the 2-strand twist and allow that to actually lock up itself, or do the 2-strand twist method and then do a twist out and then allow those 2 strands to lock up on their own. Doing it that way allows the dreadlocks to turn out skinnier. If you do it to where you leave the 2-strand twist in, the locks are going to end up thicker. The last method with using gel is just about the same as the first method, but this one is comb coils and you're using a comb. So instead of applying gel to the section and then twisting with your fingers, you're going to be twisting it with a comb.
She did a really great job. Like, I was expecting it to look a lot worse, but I'm so glad I'm not tenderheaded because she was really like going, bro. But I didn't feel that really. Like, the only time it hurt was when she was making a new section in the hair. That did hurt, but even that wasn't that bad.
Let's talk about the hair types that are most suitable for twisting with gel. And those are 3C all the way to a 4C. It's literally only 4 hair types that are most suitable for using gel on your locks. Now don't get me wrong, you can use twisting with gel on any hair type, but these are the 4 most suitable and you're gonna get the most success out of these 4 hair types. So the traditional way of getting locks with using gel is actually not that beneficial because there's only 4 out of the 10 hair types you can have in order to use this method successfully. But if you do have a 3C through a 4C hair type, I would recommend the DREADLOCKS locking gel. It's linked down below. It is the best locking gel out there, trust me. Now the second way of getting locks works for every single hair type, so you guys are gonna be happy about this one. And this is getting instant dreadlocks. And there's actually 2 main ways of getting instant locks. And when I say instant dreadlocks, I mean you can get dreadlocks within 24 hours. And it really does depend on the hair type, the sections, and how mature you wanna make them, because I've actually spent 5 hours on someone's head and completed their entire head. And I've also spent 17 hours on someone's hair and completed their entire head.
After 17 hours of long work, I'm officially changing Gunther's name to Gunther the GOAT. So just know that you heard it here today first on this video that his name is Gunther the GOAT from now on.
Both of them I did in under 24 hours. So instant dreadlocks means you can get them now. And you just have to have the proper tools. So the first tool I would recommend is a crochet hook. This is by far the best dreadlocking tool for any hair type. I have not seen any other tool better than a crochet hook. And this tool is actually extremely simple. All you do is you grab your section and then you go in and out of the dreadlock. And what this does is it automatically is locking hair. So when you go through with the crochet hook, you're pulling hair from one side of the section to the other side and pushing it back through, and you're pretty much just tangling it all together. And that's all locks are, is a bunch of tangles into one section. Literally just like that, guys. This is insane. I feel like these are just so clean compared to all the dreads I've ever had. But this is like mature dreadlocks, instant dreadlocks. They're completely good to go. I can wash these and basically just do whatever I would like to with these. I can twist them with gel. I can keep crochet hooking to pull in all the loose hair. But literally just like that, guys. It literally took me a couple hours. Did most of the work all by myself. I had Candace help me with the sectioning and then also putting in rubber bands. Rubber bands does help out a bunch. So I would recommend everyone to create the sections with rubber bands and then start doing crochet hooking afterwards. It makes it a whole lot easier. But sheesh, this looks really good. Here's a quick 360. And if you do want to get instant locks and you want to choose the crochet hook method, I would recommend getting the DREADLOCKS crochet hook. It's linked down below. It's very comfortable because it has a wooden handle and it's a high quality tool that will work for any hair type. Now the second method is actually frowned upon, but it actually works very well and it works on any hair type as well. And this is interlocking. And it's very simple, especially if you have the right tools, because all you're doing is you're taking the tip of that section and threading it through the roots and then taking the tip again and threading it through the roots in the opposite direction. You want to go in a northeast southwest motion. You take the tip of that section, thread it through the roots, and what that does is it causes a split. So what you got to do now is lock those two sections together by threading it through the opposite direction, and that ties that together, but then it creates another split on the other side. So then you tie that together by going in the opposite direction and so on and so forth until all the hair is actually locked up. And this is actually one of the methods they use in order to create sister locks or brother locks, which I didn't know was a thing until recently. But the crochet hook and the interlock tool are very effective tools and you don't need too much skill in order to use them. And both of these tools work on every single hair type. Now, if you have used any of these tools and you don't feel that you use them correctly or your hair's not locking up properly, you can join one of my classes that are linked down below and I'll teach you personally how to use these tools properly. Now moving on to the third way to get dreadlocks, and this is free forming the hair. And I'm gonna make it really simple for you. All you do is wash your hair and allow it to lock up on its own. That is freeform. That's all there is to it. My hair actually kind of stands up now. You guys can see all these separations. This was not here. I want everything just to combine. When my hair's down, it doesn't look like it's doing much. This is the easiest way to see that everything is separated. I'm sure you've seen videos out there to where they say you have to start with the sponge and then allow the hair to lock up from there, or you have to create your sections and then allow that to lock up. And the reason I'm saying that is because I get so many questions every single day on how do I freeform locks. And it's really as simple as washing the hair and allowing it to lock up. That's all there is to it. Now, if you do want a video on how you can make your hair look freeform as if it is, but you're not actually freeforming, then comment down below that you want a freeform tutorial and I'll teach every single one of you guys how to properly do it. Now, there's a lot of opinions out there on what your hair type has to be in order to do freeform locks, and really you can do it with any hair type because realistically everybody's hair wants to lock up on its own. If you simply just wash your hair and don't comb through it, it's going to eventually lock up. Now, how long will it take to lock up? If you have a straight hair type, it's going to take a long period of time. And I'm talking anywhere from 2 years to maybe even 5 years for your hair to lock up. Now, if we go to the opposite side of the hair types with the 4C, your hair will probably lock up within 3 to 6 months. Now, to answer the question that all of you guys have had in your head, how long does my hair have to be in order to start locks? If you have hair on your head, you can start the lock process now. Now, of course, if your hair is too short, it's gonna be tough to make those sections. But you can at least start by looking at locks that inspire you and keep that in mind so that when your hair is long enough, you can start going in that direction. But the proper hair length in order to start locks, I would say is 4 inches for any hair type. But of course, you can start as little as 2 inches of length, which if you calculate that properly, that's only 4 months of hair growth. So if your hair is too short, just give it 4 months and you'll be well on your way with starting your locks. So you guys heard it first, the DREADLOCKS locking gel is back in stock and I want you guys to have the benefit of using a discount code. Use my name, Gunther, at checkout. So if you use that code, you can get a discount while you're checking out. I want to thank you guys so much for all your support and making it all the way to the end of the video. And I really do hope you leave this video with something that benefits you to where you can move forward with whatever you want to do in your lock journey. And also a huge shout out to Shada and Simeon Williams for being in this video. Hopefully they don't mind. Links to their channels are down below. And don't forget, use code Gunther at checkout.